Today I'm going to talk you through my brand. I've just launched and I'm really excited to share with you all the products. I want to tell you about the brand, why I started it, what I'm planning on, and any other questions that you might want to know. Of course, feel free to comment in the box below. The idea behind the ISAMAYA brand is that I'm going to launch capsule collections maybe 4 or 5 times a year, each with a unique theme. The first collection is the industrial collection. It made sense to launch with industrial. You know, the sentiment behind what industrial is about seemed to kind of speak to the nature of my brand. I think people that know me know a lot of my inspirations are not kind of classic beauty references. I love all of these kind of movements and subcultures that use leather and bondage and chrome. And so for me, it felt like a very personal collection I wanted to explore, and I wanted to offer my audience something else. For the industrial collection, I've got 5 makeup products. I have a SKINLAQ, which is this hybrid, really beautiful skin illuminator product. We have the brow pomade, which I'm calling a BROWLAQ, which is like a laminate basically. So you can style your brows, or you can create that really like gelled brow lamination effect. We've got the RUBBERLASH, which is this very extreme black lash curling mascara. I have the LIPLAQQ, which is this kind of black cherry veil for your lips, which plumps them and makes them a couple of shades darker and is a kind of like an edgy lip gloss. And then I have a palette, which is really the hero of the collection and is all of these kind of beautiful industrial colors, from greens to khakis to chromatics to kind of putty inky blacks, and that really is the statement piece of the collection. All of my products are vegan, cruelty and paraben free, and always will be. This video is going to explore tutorials on all of the different products, how I like to use them, and what you can do with them. I'm obsessed with eyebrows. I love bleaching them, I love a skinny brow, I love a really fluffy gelled brow, and I love laminated brows. So I really wanted to create a product that I could rely on to give me as many effects as possible. So I created this brow pomade, which is a really strong hold brow gel, which allows you to really hold your brows in a most kind of extreme fluffy way. In the BROWLAQ, there are flexible filming polymers, which basically encapsulate the brow hair and allow it to be really held in place, like a kind of light film on your brow. And there are also conditioning oils in the product that help to kind of soften the brow and nourish it basically. Precision is everything, especially when it comes to eyebrows. Attention to detail is so important. So I developed a little brow brush that goes with the BROWLAQ, and this kind of essentially helps you to separate and be very precise about your brow. So you have the comb that can brush through the brow, and then you have this tiny little end that allows you to separate and kind of add any little details and kind of touch up your brow so you can get that really perfect, precise shape. Another thing I love to use it for is to create that kind of disappeared faux bleached brow, where you put the BROWLAQ on, you foundation or powder over it, and then your brows disappear, and you can have your brows laminated for a day, wash it off, and then they're back to fluffy the next day. So as you can see, I've laminated the brow, and then I've just powdered and foundationed over, and this is the effect. So you can achieve that really no brow that you've always wanted to do. If you don't want to commit to bleach or shaving your eyebrows, you can do this. And then of course you can do a skinny brow over the top, or you can just go out looking like this. You can go for the, what's it called? The unhinged look. You can do an unhinged look, the asymmetrical brow look. Quite into this actually. So yeah, loads of options. My first step in skincare and makeup application is to create a really perfect luminous base. Make that skin look really hydrated, beautiful, glowy, and then you can kind of do anything else on top of that and you will look amazing. So I wanted to create a product that was this kind of skincare makeup hybrid. So I developed this, which is my SKINLAQ, and essentially it's this hybrid product which is packed full of hyaluronic acid, and it creates that really amazing perfect base. So I like to put it on before I start applying makeup, or I mix it into my foundation just to give the foundation a little bit more of like a glow, a dewy glow and luminosity, so you really capture all those beautiful highlights. So you can apply the SKINLAQ with a brush or your fingers. I do like to pat it in, especially around my cheekbones and under my eyes and down the bridge of my nose. Because this product has 3 weights of hyaluronic acid, it has a really kind of potent moisturizing effect, which helps the skin look very plump and hydrated throughout the day. I call it like a glass skin effect because it's that really beautiful glazed effect that kind of is exactly what you want from a hybrid skin product. So here I've applied SKINLAQ across my whole face, especially around my cheekbones, all the high points, and you can see that it really helps to create that like beautiful glowy illuminated effect. When I was creating the Industrial collection, I wanted to make a mascara that was really intense, that it was the blackest mascara that I'd ever seen, curled your lashes like nothing you've ever come across, and offered you that really amazing kind of length and full body for a mascara that's really long lasting and durable. So that's when I developed RUBBERLASH. So RUBBERLASH is a mascara that curls your lashes for you, so you don't need a lash curler. There's a film former that coats the lashes like a mesh and almost like an elastic curls them back while adding that kind of fiber to give your lashes loads of volume and lift. To make this the blackest mascara that I could, I used 3 different pigments. One of them was a black mica, which is a naturally occurring pigment. It's a mineral and it's super dark. It's a really inky black. The other one is a triple black complex pigment. So you have that those levels of really kind of dark, deep black intense pigments, and then an ultramarine on top of that that helps to intensify the other black pigments and also bring out the whites of your eyes, so you have that really beautiful contrast. Is a really full body dramatic curling effect mascara. So the special thing about this wand is that it has an extra little mini wand at the end of the main mascara wand, and that allows you to go right into the base of your lashes. So once I've got the roots covered, then I can just lift and work that product through my lashes, and that creates that perfect curling effect. So once you've applied your mascara, you now have 16 hours of wear, and it's set and it won't move, and your lashes will look like this all day and all night. When I was thinking about lips for the Industrial collection, I wanted to create a product that would offer that really glossy kind of volumizing effect for the lips, but was still edgy. So I created this lip gloss, which has all of the plumping effects that a lip plumping gloss has. It's got botanicals in it like ginger root oil and caffeine for microcirculation to make your lips really, really kind of juicy and voluminous. But it has this touch of black in it, and the black acts like a kind of veil across the lips that makes your lips naturally a couple of shades darker, so you have that really beautiful kind of juicy lip gloss effect, but it's just got an edgier vibe to it. So having that black and cherry helps to kind of deepen the tone of your lip, but also adds a kind of shadowing effect that helps create volume, a bit of an optical illusion, and your lips will look much fuller after wearing it. And what's so nice about the formula is it's non-sticky, it's really comfortable, and you can keep building that color if you want. You get that kind of darker tint, but your natural lip color still comes through. And then you have the triple hyaluronic acid complex to offer that kind of skin lip benefit. So you have the real amazing moisturizing, hydrating quality. Your lips are really plump, they're moisturized, but you also have that kind of little edge of the kind of that blackened effect to give you something a little bit edgier and cooler. The palette was one of the most exciting and fun things to develop because I was working really closely with a 3D artist who helped sculpt and shape this female torso. And then we did loads of tests with 3D printer to finally land on this one being the iconic hero of the collection. And inside we have all of these different pigments and textures to create a multitude of different eyeshadow or reflex effects. So I'm going to take you through all of the different colors so that you can see how they look and react to the light. So first of all, we have leather, which is this black putty, and that's a really dark true black, and that's the formula that blends with your skin temperature so that you can create that really nice kind of smoky effect. This shade is Sweat, which is that really subtle iridescent lilac shade that just kind of picks up when you hit the light and offers you a really amazing kind of cool looking highlight. Brass, which is that really intense chromatic copper color. Grip is one of my favorites because it's that kind of greeny silvery hybrid that looks like those kind of beautiful beetle shells. Motor is that grungy gold, which is that kind of greeny gold that looks really beautiful when you layer it over a black smoky eye. So Machine is that really kind of bright industrial silver brushed steel effect. Cuprum is this sort of antique gold. It's almost closer to a kind of browny brass, but you do have these beautiful flecks of glittery gold that come through from underneath the brown. So Fetish is my black and gold, and I wanted to create a gold that didn't feel too yellowy or girly, but was a bit more kind of intense and industrial and deeper. Belt is your sheer metallic brown, and I wanted to create a brown that was really easy to apply, that you could apply with your fingers, and it would just have a really beautiful sheer kind of shiny effect. So the color isn't too dense and intense, it's actually just a beautiful wash. Flesh is another really subtle color in the palette. It's this very soft kind of sparkly nude, and it almost looks like you've got a wet greasy lid, but it's a powder. A Whip is called Whip because it's this really intense strong black that has this metallic undertone. Again, it's a really deep color, so it looks really good as a kind of a base for your eyeshadow, or to create that kind of really strong, grungy, smoky look. Diesel's another of my favorites because this is another of that putty texture like leather, which has this kind of ability to blend at body temperature, so it's perfect for creating that smoky, smudgy eye really easily with your fingers. So Heat, like Sweat and Flesh, are another of these really subtle colors that actually look like a kind of glistening wet effect on your lid, and they're really subtle and you can see your skin tone underneath, but they just offer this kind of really kind of clever, almost like wet effect to the lid, which will hold because it's still in a pressed pigment format. Initiator is that bright acid green that reminds you of something radioactive or something kind of dangerous, and I love to pair it with some of these inkier darker colors for that just perfect pop of color. So in the corner of my eyes and on my brow bone, I've used Sweat, which is that beautiful kind of reflective lilac-y violet color. Then I've gone in with the kind of acid green, the Initiator, just on the inner corners of my eye. For the middle of my lid, I've used Fetish, which was that kind of burnt blackened gold. And then to create this soft wing, I've used Whip, which was a kind of dark, very kind of sparkly, intense black pigment along the kind of top waterline up into the wing. And then I've used Cuprum just on the outer edge of my eye to blend in and create that really kind of striking wing. I'm so excited to finally launch my brand and have you all try it. And I would love to know your feedback, the products that you like to use, how you like to use them, and if there's anything else you would like to see from me at ISAMAYA.